We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has ordered the Commission on Higher Education to implement concrete measures to address a shortage of nurses in the country due to migration. In a meeting with the Private Sector Advisory Council in Malacanang Palace on Wednesday, the President said the shortage of healthcare workers hinders the delivery of effective healthcare in the country. Marcos noted that Filipino nurses are being enticed to migrate to other countries where salaries are higher. In response, CHED Chairperson Prospero de Vera III said the agency is already carrying out interventions to address a shortage of nurses. These include retooling board non-passers, adopting a nursing curriculum with exit credentials, redirecting non-practicing nurses, and conducting exchange programs with other countries. De Vera said CHED is also working on a masteral program to address the lack of instructors in nursing and medical schools. For its part, the Department of Health said it is studying the standardization of salaries of nurses, doctors, and healthcare workers to encourage them to stay in the Philippines. DOH Officer in Charge Maria Rosario Vergeria said the DOH is also assessing the status of the proposed legislation on the Magna Carta for Public Health Care Workers and Philippine Nursing Act. Both measures aim to ensure the welfare of medical professionals by providing them more benefits. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. wants the country to ramp up local production of essential medicines and set up a stockpile in preparation for future emergencies. The president cited how the country should avoid a shortage of medicines similar to what happened during the COVID-19 lockdowns. He said the country should be able to produce its own local supply of essential medicines. In response to this, the Department of Health and Food and Drug Administration said they will collaborate with the private sector to identify medicines that can be produced locally. They also plan to maximize the capacity of manufacturers to produce essential medicines, particularly for indigent patients such as anti-tuberculosis drugs. Meanwhile, the Private Sector Advisory Council reported that it expects the full digitalization of the FDA's information system this August. Currently, the overall digitalization rate is 72.5%. The FDA digitalization project is in line with the President's commitment to lower drug prices and improve access to medicines. Starting April 1 until May 31, traffic enforcers and street sweepers will be given a 30-minute heat stroke and water break to protect them from extreme heat. MMDA spokesperson Melissa Karunungan said the MMDA has partnered with private companies to provide free water and energy drinks to deployed enforcers and street sweepers to prevent them from being dehydrated while enduring the summer heat. If the temperature rises above 40 degrees Celsius, field personnel will also be given an additional 15-minute break.
As ordered by Chairman Attorney Artes, simula po April 1 o Sabado hanggang May 31, may summer heat stroke break at water break ang MMDA traffic enforcers at street sweepers laban po sa exhaustion, heat stroke at heat cramps dahil po sa severe heat waves ngayon, sir.
Amid the rising temperature, the MMDA assures that they will still implement a no day off and no absent policy on April 5 Holy Wednesday, April 6 Maundy Thursday, and on Monday, April 10 for the Araw ng Kagitingan. Meanwhile, a skeletal deployment will be enforced on April 7, 8, and 9 to focus on the Visita Iglesia.
Magkakaroon rin po kami ng joint inspection sa mga terminals bago mag-Holy Week. Ang multi-agency task force na ito ay binubuo po ng MMDA, LTO, nandun rin ang PNP kung sakali po may gulo sa mga lansangan, at ang LTFRB kung kailangan po ng mga special permit. On the part naman po of the MMDA, handa na po kami mag-deploy ng 2,104 personnel para bantayan ang mga panglansangan sa Metro Manila, lalo na po sa mga lugar na malapit po sa terminals, airport at seaports.
Joint operatives of the National Capital Region Police Office and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency seized 575 kilograms of suspected shabu in Baguio City with an estimated street value of 4 billion pesos. According to NCRPO Chief Major General Edgar Alan Okubo, a Chinese national identified as Ming Hui was arrested at around 8:55 a.m. during the execution of a search warrant in Purok 4, Irisan, Baguio City. Okubo said preliminary investigations revealed that the seized illegal drugs were intended for distribution or sale in Luzon. The PNP would keep the evidence for safekeeping and further investigation, while the PDEA would conduct drug profiling to determine the DNA of the narcotics for future operations. Interior Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr. thanked all the participating units for their efforts in achieving a whole-of-nation approach in the fight against illegal drugs.
This is the war on drugs. Magkano halaga nito? 4 na bilyon? Maski bigyan ko 100 million para tumahimik ka kung pulis ka. Iba dyan, pipikit na lang eh. Pero tong mga taong ito, hindi mo pwedeng bilhin ito. At hindi lang sila madadala rito sa pera, may dibdib ito. At higit sa lahat, yung good operational police work, investigative. No? Yun ang mga kalidad ng mga taong ito. Kaya I really salute all of them, the men here. Alam niyo ang binubuwis nila rito? Buhay nila.
And that's the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office or PCO. Please stay tuned for more news updates. I'm Marita Muaje with our stories that unite the nation.